Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully we get it right this time. Yeah, bro.
Okay, yeah, we're back.
Man, I don't know what happened, but I feel like I lost everything we just talked about the last hour. I'm not sure how that happened. I didn't get to save it. Instagram has just been doing some crazy things this past couple of days.
Hey, that's crazy though.
Yeah, because typically after a live, you have the option to share it on your
To
story.
share, yeah.
And then what I do is I record it later, and then I put it out as a podcast, because
Yeah,
you guys come on
yeah.
here and you drop so much knowledge. There's no point just having a chat and then it's gone.
Yeah,
But
it's not
this
point.
this time around, after you got disconnected, I didn't even get the option to save it. It just disappeared. Like my screen just went blank.
Whoa. The
So I
last
don't know. I don't know what happened to all that content.
the last one.
But that's okay. Yeah, the last one.
If people are asking questions, we could take the questions.
That's okay. We'll bring you on. We'll bring you on the podcast and have a proper conversation.
That would be great, man. That would be great.
Yes, yes. This wasn't good enough. But yeah, go ahead. You were talking about your plans to um
Yeah,
start up a non-profit. All right.
yeah. I really want to start up a non-profit for water because after
Okay.
I got this community water in Abuja, a lot of other communities have been sending me pictures, emails, calls that I should come take photos of their communities. Hopefully, they will have water. So I've been thinking, okay, I'm just a photographer, but then my images have helped other people. So
Right.
what if I set up a real NGO that would do this, and I would do the storytelling for them, and they can run it like normal NGOs run, but I'll just be feeding them with the storytelling part, because most communities, like over 80 million people in Nigeria, need access to clean water, and that's
Right.
a lot. So I think I want to do that in the nearest future, and maybe one day when I retire from this, go and teach. Instead, I'll teach biochemistry or I'll go and teach photography.
Biochemistry or photography.
Yeah. So, but I'll end up in the classroom teaching. Yeah, basically,
Mm,
because that's the only way I think we can influence people to share knowledge.
right, right.
Yeah,
But I think
if they
I but
cannot share knowledge. Yeah, you
I
were
think
saying something.
I think also it's important to recognize that you're teaching now, even though you're not in the classroom, right? You don't have to be in the classroom to teach. Just on this
Yeah,
live session,
I know.
you have taught at least, I mean, 10, 20 people. That in itself is commendable.
It's
So yeah,
it's always a good opportunity because, like you said, when you asked me the other time, why don't other people do it? This is the platform I share why they should do it.
right.
Yeah, I actually really want to educate more people to keep doing it. Whether you're just starting out or you've been doing it, we owe it to our people. We owe it to our generation. We owe it to the generation after us that we tell our authentic stories. Don't just wait for people to come and tell one-sided stories that are not us.
Yeah.
Because if it's one-sided, it's not complete.
And don't get mad that they're telling one-sided stories when you're not doing anything about it.
Yeah. And most times people don't know. They still feed the one-side stories. Because when you go and take pictures of poor-looking people, all you're doing is to add to the poverty porn, which does not represent in totality who we are as a people.
And some of us Africans do that, right? In the diaspora, we have to
Yeah,
take some responsibility because every time we go home in December for Christmas, those are the pictures we put out on the internet. Those are the pictures we put out on
because you want
for
to
others to
show that you
consume,
can.
to us to show that you were in Africa.
Exactly.
Thereby perpetuating that same narrative that they've been pushing out there for a long time.
Exactly. Which is not
So
supposed to be so. So because the Western media has programmed it that way, we feel that's the right thing to do. So if you're not doing it, you feel like You didn't go there. Ah, that's not Nigeria. Ah,
Right.
that's not Ghana. That's not South Africa. Ah, you didn't go. You have to show us where you went to. But we need to show them that these places exist. We are not running away from our problems. We have problems, yes. We have electricity issues, yes. We have water issues, yes. But there is something about us as a people that is, we need to tell more people about it. That we are people who believe in dignity in labor. When I did a podcast the other time with somebody, she was now saying, what do I want to change most about how people perceive us? I said the idea that you feel that Nigerians are scammers, fraudsters.
Right.
I put out a question. If there's a shootout in a school in the US, let's say in Texas, would you say that all schools in America are not safe? You wouldn't say that. You would just pinpoint out a particular school and say there was a shooting in that school. But when it comes to us, one boy did something, he's a fraudster, but you now labeled everyone fraudsters. Right. That's not acceptable because we are not fraudsters. Because if you actually would not agree that all schools are not safe in the US just because of a shooting in one school, then why do we have to accept that we are all scammers? We shouldn't. So those kind of, anytime we have opportunity to tell these things, we have to put it out there because sooner or later, their voices would overwhelm us and it will become our reality. Because the truth is, if you don't say something else, when these voices overwhelm you, the lies and the stereotypes will now become your reality and your truth.
Right.
And the children after us will actually feel that that's the way it is. Because we were born to see it this way. Our parents did not fight it. So we can't leave it this way for our children. We have to do something about it. At least raise an awareness so that when they come, with the better technology they will have during their time, they can do more.
Right.
That's how it should be.
Right. And this whole thing you talk about scamming in Nigeria, I mean, it's funny how that narrative has just gone crazy to the entire world. I have staff in Nigeria. I mean, a lot of the guys that work for me are right there in Nigeria, young guys, 20, 21, 22. They're some of the most hard-working young people I have ever come across my entire life.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are talented and then they're dedicated at such a young age. You wouldn't believe it. But sometimes it's hard to pay because Western Union doesn't want to accept money. MoneyGram doesn't work anymore. All these other platforms that it's so complicated to have a money transaction in Nigeria now than it used to be in the past.
It is.
And it's just because of that narrative that there's a lot of scam going on, which is crazy. But the other side that I wanted to speak on when you talk about doing it, because these stories are out there, these good stories are there. These, stories of the Nigerians, a couple of years ago, Nigerians had the highest graduates in Howard University, pharmacies and things like that. So there's a story out there of Africans doing really great things. I just feel like the stories are not getting enough engagement. They're not being shared enough. But the story of that one scammer will go viral in 2 days. And some of us are sharing those images. So I think even the ones that are not creating the images have a responsibility to share them. Because one thing I noticed with this platform, when I'm sharing stories, I'm looking for positivity as well. But I don't see that getting enough engagement. If I were to share gossip or some an African who did this, I'll have 10,000 views in less than 24 hours. As a curator, I experienced the exact same thing. So it's not that the stories are not there or they're not being told. They're just not being shared enough by us.
Because that's very important. You have to, I tell people when you're starting out, build your own community.
Right.
I may not have a lot of followers, but my followers know what I do and what I can do because they came because of what I do.
Right.
So when I put out a work, they share it because they believe that they are part of something bigger. When there's a woman we are trying to raise money for kidney transplants. The first week I posted the stuff, I think we raised like 7 million. So,
wow.
yeah. So it's from the people that shared from my page. It went viral on Twitter, on Instagram, because of the first community first, my community that started sharing it. From there, they started sharing it. People started sharing it. So I feel that as creators, we should have our core community that always share this content. If we have them, they would actually influence their friends and their relatives to share this content. That's how we go. We keep sharing. But if you just have random followers, especially when everybody's looking for gossip, it's crazy. You can't be sure that when you put out a work, they will share it. But if you have a community that you know, okay, at least 20 people will share every of your posts, then you know if the 20 people have influence on 20 other people's lives, they will share, that will be 40, and it keeps going. So we should build a community around what we do. Like the people that would be the first people to share our work, the first people to tell people about what we do, the first people to tell us, you're doing the right thing, or can you tell this other story this other way, bring meaningful contribution into our craft, in our way we tell our stories. That way they will be part of what we do. People want to be part of something. People don't just want to be carried along. They want to be a part of it. So when you give them a platform where they are a part of it, they will actually share, because for them it's like, this is our stuff. It's not like, this is Mayor's picture. No, it's not. This is not Mayor's picture. This is our project. We must make this woman have this stuff. We must make this community have this water. When I raised the money, you make them a part of it. The bank said they needed 5,000 retreats. We had 12,000 retreats in 3 hours.
Wow.
Because people wanted to be, we did it, not you did it. They want to be a part of the people that are bringing this change. So we are giving them a platform to be a part of the people that are making change happen, whether they have money to contribute or not. But they know it's our project, it's our own. We have to do what we have to do to make it work.
Right. It's amazing what photography can do. Just shed the light more on some of the other projects that you've been a part of, like the transformation, the transformation that you've been a part of. You talked about the water project, and I know there's more.
Okay. I've done a lot. I think I've tried. I've done a project called Women Living with Fibroid, the Fibroid story. So I followed an NGO, Benjamin Olowo Jebutu Foundation. They do free surgeries for women living with fibroid. All across Nigeria. So I followed them on one of their trips to tell stories for them. And when I came back, I posted it on my personal page. We raised a lot of money for those women from people following me. And the NGO had a lot of other support too from people following me. Because before now, nobody talked about, fibroid is a very sensitive issue. Women don't want to talk about it because they are afraid that people will not marry them. The men will not want to talk about it because they feel that their family will actually be looking at their wives a certain way. So it's a very complicated issue. So when I actually brought out pictures of those things, even the thing that got to me wasn't about the money. We can raise money, but it wasn't about the money. It was about the women that came to my DM to share their experience of their own fibroid stories. That was what got to me. Wow. Do you understand? Like, they were like crazy stories, and it really meant a lot to me. And I actually used, some other people were afraid of going for surgery. When they saw these other stories I was sharing, were now empowered, and they went for the surgery and it went well, and everybody was good. So I have done that part, and it worked really well, and I'm grateful for it, and for my followers who actually always show up. I did one for an NGO, Purpose Foundation. They threw a party at Makoko, one community in Lagos for kids. So when I went there to photograph, I saw this kid. She had one leg. She's an amputee. So she had one leg. She used wooden crutches. I photographed her, but there was something about me that I actually wanted more. So after the whole party, it was a Christmas party. At the end of the Christmas party, everybody left. I now followed the girl back to her house. I wanted to know where she lived. I wanted to, like, there was a part of me that wanted to do more.
Yeah.
At that point, I didn't have the money to give to her, but I knew I wanted to know where she lived so that if I have money, I would come back.
Can go back.
Yeah. So when I was following her, it now occurred to me that I could do a video. She's in front with her two wooden crutches with one leg. I was following her behind. So I used my phone to do a video, following her, navigating through all those. It was crazy. When I now posted it on my Instagram and my Twitter, it caught up. People start coming through, supporting, giving money, donation, a lot of money actually. Donations, got her better working aid, food, scholarship for school, and all of that. So for me, for a kid who actually didn't believe that day would come, we went back and we gave them all those things, and the parents were so grateful. And I have my followers to be thankful to, and all of that. I actually did.
Wow.
I did a water project that got a bank in Nigeria. I think, what's the name? Sterling Bank, to give the community water. So I posted it on a friend of mine did a work on it. So we were talking about how to raise awareness, but it didn't catch up at that point. So I told the guy, anytime I'm in Abuja, I would come through and see what I can do with my own storytelling skills. That was in February. So in August the same year, I was opportunity to go to Abuja, where I was doing my work with Mo, and I was teaching a workshop. So after the workshop, I went to the community. I photographed. I remember the chief saying, hope they will give us water. I said, I don't know. I just know that I will do my best to put it out there. My idea was not even a bank. My idea was to go to Water Aid. So I posted, tagged Water Aid. A couple of minutes later, Water Aid sent me a DM, asked for my email, sent me an email that they don't have the capacity at that point to do that water because they have exhausted their budget for the year. If I can hold on for the next year, devastated. That was the only plan we had. It's all gone. So I then went to Twitter, saw one stop on Twitter, and I put on the trend. The bank said 5,000 retweets. We gave them 12 in 3 hours. Boom. 2 weeks later, they gave the community water.
Wow.
And the best part is that since then, I've not been to that community. Since after photographing that place, I've not been there. They have the water. They're just calling to thank me. I've not been there. And I've not met anybody from the bank. I don't know anybody from that bank before. Till date, I don't even know them. I've not met them. So it's how my work has been able to do it. And just recently, this woman with the kidney issues, her 2 kidney fell. She's a French teacher in one of the schools here in Lagos, Holy Child College. One of my followers that have been seeing what I've been doing sent me a DM, told me about her, that I should go and tell the story. I wouldn't lie to you. When they told me that part, there's a part of me that said, will I be able to do this and raise this money for this person and all of that? You know, that kind of fear. Yes, I've been doing it, but this one, will I be able to do it? I just kept, there's this song that came to my head, He's Never Failed. So I was just singing the song in my heart, went to the place, saw the woman, had conversation with the woman, just my normal doing my stuff. After the conversation, have the photographs taken, posted it. The woman said that she was on national, they did a story on national TV, but nobody supported her, nobody asked her for anything. what is picture? Will picture do anything for her? So for me, that was like, whoa. But to our amazement, the first 2 days we raised 2 million naira, and she was like, pictures, raise this kind of money, and I'm grateful. Like I'm really grateful for the gifts, and I always say that the reason I do what I do is because my dad used to make me sing one song. Oh, what can little hands do to please the King of Heaven? The little hands some work may try to help the poor in misery. Such grace to my hands be given. So since I've gotten the gift, like the grace has been given to me through my gifts, and I want to please my Father who is in heaven, I do everything to help the poor who is in misery. So that's why I do what I do. I'll always try to help the poor who is in misery because I want to please my Father who is in heaven. And I might be very spiritual, but that's why I do what I do.
Wow. Dude, like you just brought chills to my body saying that. I mean, I don't even know. Let's see if we have some questions because I don't even know what to say, man. Like,
I just think that we should use our gifts, knowing that it was given to us to help other people. And also in helping other people, we are helping ourselves.
Absolutely.
Because my camera broke last year, December, just a few weeks to my wedding. So I was torn between using my money to do my wedding or using my money to buy the camera. I decided to do the wedding, Joe.
No, you did the right thing.
Yeah, so I stayed without the camera since then. Even the woman's story, the fibroid, the kidney story, I rented a camera to do it. I didn't have a camera. I would have said I wouldn't do it because I don't have a camera. But this story means a lot to me. So I rented a camera. Just the other day, on the 8th, I think on Friday, one of my followers gifted me a new 5D Mark III. Brand new.
Wow.
So, you see, in helping others, we are also helping ourselves. Because whatever we do completes the circle and comes back to us.
Yeah.
It might not be money, it might just be someone looking, because I get calls from people praying for me, God will bless you, God will bless you. It might not be the money. It might actually be these blessings that would come in ways you didn't expect them. So they just saved a lot of money for someone giving me that camera. So money I saved in buying it, I would use in doing another thing now. So I wouldn't buy another one. So I believe it's been God, and I'm grateful for gifts. If you're a photographer, you're a writer, whatever creative person you are, know that your gifts are too big for you to be using it alone, just for monetary values. Know that your gifts are supposed to be the light of the world. Let your gift make way for people. So that at the point that someone actually asked me to do a GoFundMe account to raise money to buy my camera. I knew if I do that, I would have raised money to buy the camera. I knew it. But I didn't want to raise that responsibility on my audience, on my community. They have done a lot for other people, so I want them to continue to be doing that for people. I will sort myself out. So I'm not using the opportunity because they have been doing this to enrich myself. I will myself. What they would do is to just help me to help you. So basically that. So if we do that, we'll be fine. So if you're doing what you're know that yes, you make the money, but do something that the community, the generations after you would always remember you for. I know people in that community that gave water will never forget me. I know this woman, when she gets transplant for her kidney, will never forget me. The woman we raised money for to start business after the fibroid would never forget me. The girl we gave scholarship to and working aids to would never forget me. So it's more than just having the money. It's about doing something that generations after you, it might be my children, it might be my grandchildren that will come and benefit from it. Oh, your grandfather did something when he was a photographer. That's why I have to do this for you. Oh, this guy's son Your father was a good man. That's it. That's just it.
Right. You've said a lot. You've said a lot, man, and I can't even disagree with anything you said. Someone said you strike them as an honest and genuine person in the comments, and I think I don't know you. We've never met. This is our first time chatting, and I can feel your passion for what you do. One thing that I would say though is that most people who are so passionate and so, you know, focused on giving, you know, never really take the time to look at themselves. What I want to ask you, you know what they say, even doctors, they focus so much on healing others, and then when they have a headache, the next thing you know, a doctor is dead because of headache or something so small, because they spend so much time giving. And every once in a while, I've realized that it's okay to receive as well, because it gives you rest. You know, it validates all the giving that you spend your time doing. And another thing is that society takes people like you for granted because they feel you have it all together. You have it all, you know, you have it all covered. You know, and we all need support sometimes, even if it's not monetary, it's emotional. It's someone helping you with a camera. It's someone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? What are some of the things that you experience in your plight that make it so difficult for you to do what you want to do? And these are little things that people can help. The community can step in and help. One phone call, one email to me or whoever can help you. What are some of those things?
Oh, okay. Most times people actually feel that I have my life figured out.
Right.
Yeah, so they feel I have my life figured out. Everything is okay. I don't have issues. But over time, I've been able to always put out my being vulnerable to tell you people, to tell my followers that, yeah, this happened today. Look, I don't have a camera. Look, I don't do this.
Right.
My light broke the other time. I had to put it out there. My light broke. I had to fix it. So I try as much as I can to show people that I don't have it all figured out. It's not, for me, it's a journey. It's not a destination.
Right.
So when people expect me to be like the Superman kind of guy.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful. Yeah, I'm grateful for my wife. She's been my friend for a while. She's been like my best friend for a while. So when things don't go well, she knows it. She knows how to get me back in. She knows how to take care of me as a person.
Mm-hmm.
She knows how to allow me to take care of me. She reminds me to take care of me, that everything will be fine. So without me, this thing cannot continue. But I have to take care of me. So sometimes when she tells me that, I always want to help. People always ask you, like my DMs, it's always full. I always try to answer. But sometimes, you know, you're human. You're exhausted. You need to rest. You need to get back to yourself and talk to yourself. Get yourself back before you can give to other people. So sometimes I wish that people would understand that, yeah, I want to help. I always want to help. But then I can't do all of this. Like these communities I go to, I pay my flight tickets, my bus tickets, my accommodation, my feeding from my pocket. I pay for it. They don't pay me to come and do any of those things. So I need them. And when people are actually thinking that I'm not doing enough to come to their place, I'm not interested in their own community, I want them to realize that it takes a lot for me to do what I do. It doesn't mean that I have one money stacked up in my house, that anytime I want to travel, I just pick up the money and come. I have to save up money, plan for it. I have other responsibilities too. I have family responsibilities. I have my brother, my friends, my in-laws, like my parents. So I have responsibilities. But then I still find a way of making space for all of these things. So I need people to realize that if I had money to come to your place, I would have been this. But because I have to save money, I have to take more headshots, make more money, look for, because I shoot album covers for artists, headshot for artists. So when they pay me, I have to use that money to do all these other things that I love to do. So I wish they understand that yes, I want to come to the community, I want to help, but I need to make money to be able to do that, because I don't want to ask you to fund my trip.
Right.
I want to be able to fund my trips. I want to be able to do what I do so that I'll enjoy it. So I'll not be under an obligation. So you not be feeling like, we paid your way now, you came, you photographed, we don't have water. So what is this? I don't want that. I want you to know that I used my money and I paid and I came. It didn't work, it didn't work. I lost my money and my time too. I want you to understand that some things work, some things don't work. We try and we always give our best every time to make it work. But if it doesn't work, we go on and do another thing. Because we are not Superman, man. And the money is not stacked up somewhere. I wish I could help everybody, but as it is, I cannot help everybody. But I wish I could. I will get to a point I can help a lot of people. Until then, I'll still continue to do what I do I can. Hopefully, we can have the money to finance all of this other stuff. But if you call me one day and just ask me, Mayor, how are you doing? You'll be fine. But most of my calls I get is, yo, Mayor, how do you go to the street to do this? How do you do this in Photoshop? How do you... Everyone wants to take. Everyone wants to take. Everyone wants to take. But sometimes I will appreciate you just calling me to ask, what's up with you? How's the lockdown treating you? I know you're not photographing. There are no clients. Have you been feeding?
Right.
It's not that I'm expecting you to give me money to feed myself or my family. It's just for you to show that you care. Not just about taking and taking and taking and taking and all of that. But then, it's what people do that. We have to do what we have to do.
You're a special guy, man. You're a very special guy. I really admire you for that. I think the one thing I've realized with life is, I always say the two most important things to me in life. If I meet someone, I'm looking for two things. I'm looking for just, gratitude, and I'm looking for empathy. Because if you have those two things, one, you will never stop going, and two, you will never stop giving, and you never really take it personal when you don't get it back. Because that's really the truest way to give, is to not worry whether you get it back or not.
You don't even care whether you get it back.
Right. And the flip side of it is everyone doesn't get to feel like you, because I see the same passion that you have in your real life, the same one you're putting into your work. But everyone around you doesn't feel that way because they don't see it like that, for whatever reason. And most of the times you realize it's not intentional, right? People are going through real stress. People are going through real things as well. And they just don't know how to channel that,
how to deal with it.
How to deal with it. It's quite interesting. But I think that you have to find a way, and because I can see you have a little, there's something uncomfortable to you about asking. I can sense that. But what you have to do is find a way and do it how everyone else is doing it, right? Set up you already have a community, you already have a following. Set up a patronage and say, hey, my patrons, this, if you support the cause, this is what you get. You get exclusive this and you get exclusive that. Those are the right ways to do it, because that way they don't feel like they're just giving you money. Okay. You can do something where people sign up and they're just paying. All you have to do is pay $3 a month. If 100 people give you $3 a month, that pays for your transport. It pays for your it gives you something to put in some of these people's pockets. I mean, there's just so much you can do with it, and you'll be surprised. That's the beauty of social media, right? You'll be surprised how much you'll be able to do with just a little bit of support. Don't look at it as they are giving you money. Look at it as they are rewarding you for the good that you're doing to the world, which I think everyone needs a pat on the back. You certainly do. You know what I mean? So it's something that you're going to have to work on, about how you feel about receiving money from people. Yeah, I know. Believe me, I can relate to it. But it's something that you're going to have to work on. And but you're also going to realize that as you feel this responsibility for your society, other people feel that as well. But they're not capable of going into the streets and doing street photography. The only way they can impact it is by supporting you to do what you're doing. Do you understand what I'm saying? And when they see that you're legit, you're a real organization, they have no problem doing that. Because at the end of the year, they can file it through their taxes and say, hey, this is charity work that I did. So don't see it as they're supporting you. See it as they're supporting the work that you're doing. You understand what I'm saying? But if you don't have that so what I'm really saying is you have to set up that non-profit earlier than you were even thinking about it. This is something you should have set up last month, because that's how you get that money legally and without feeling like they are giving you money personally. It relieves you, and it makes you sleep well at night.
That's why I want to set up the non-profit itself, so that it runs by itself.
Right.
So that I know I'm just doing my stuff, but the non-profit runs by itself, and get patrons and all of that. People donate to the cause, and But thank you, makes sense. I
because I see bloggers who are not blogging about anything that's changing the world. They have patrons just because they're entertaining. You go on YouTube, they all have a page where you can donate $1, $2, $3. It goes a long way, you know. So what about people who are actually making a difference in the world, actually impacting their communities? I would support that cause, I can tell you that. So, and I know so many of our followers will as well. But I just want to commend you, bro. I mean, this has been a very, very eye-opening conversation. I definitely plan to have a lot more. I'll bring you on the podcast so we can really talk for a long time. I know you have things to do. I don't want to hold you on. But if you have any final words for the people, please go ahead. The floor is yours, man.
The final word is define what success, else you spend the rest of your life chasing another definition of success. Define what success means to you, else you spend the rest of your life chasing another man's definition of success. It might not be money to you. Success might be another thing to you. For me, success is not money. So for another person, it's money. So if I actually feel that I'm not successful, no, that's not true. So define what success means to you and tell the stories that matter. Tell it from your heart, and we'll change for one picture. Thank you so guys for having me here.
My guy, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. God bless you. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
We'll definitely be keeping an eye on it. We'll be watching and we'll be sharing and supporting the best way we can.
New stuff coming.
Absolutely. We'll keep an eye on it, man. We'll keep an eye on it. Definitely. Thank you so much for accepting our conversation.
Thank you so very much for having me.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, man. Wow. That was powerful. Thank you guys so much for joining. We have so many good things coming up this week. On Sunday, we're going to be speaking with a young lady in the UK about branding, especially branding for creatives. That's something we struggle with, how to brand ourselves, how to put our name out there and bring eyes on some of the great works that we're doing. So tune in on Sunday. I will have the details on our story. Just keep an eye out for that. Thank you guys so much for joining. I want to acknowledge who's this? Grace Alolo, thank you. Taifayan, thank you so much. Sierra of Niger, Chef, thank you so much. Valerie, thank you. Showboy Studios, I see you. I will definitely save this one. B.A. Dabasi, I would definitely save this. There was just so much in the first live that we did, and for some reason, and I don't know if it's a glitch or something, Instagram messed me up on that one, but I'm definitely saving this, and I'll be reposting it so people can watch. I mean, he just dropped so much knowledge to the guys. The dude is just blessed with talent and a great heart. Find a way to support him any way you can. Go on his page, follow, buy the book. It's on Amazon. Follow the journey, share. I don't know. We just have to be there, look out for one another and support one another. If we don't tell these stories, or if we don't support the guys that are actually out there telling these stories, we're just not going to change anything in the world. Rob Studios, thank you. Mangingelo, Mami P, thank you so much for joining. I got you, Mami P. Hey, follow Mami P, follow Mangingelo. Thank you guys so much. All right. Take care and stay safe out there.